Welcome to GeoLens. This time, we're delving into a disturbing phenomenon from 18th century Scandinavia. This video is based on the research of Danish historian Tyge Krogh in his book A Lutheran Plague. We'll also draw some modern parallels in the United States, with examples taken from The Psychology of Suicide Murder and the Death Penalty by Katherine and Chuk Odiah. In the mid-1700s, Copenhagen and Stockholm were gripped by what Krogh describes as a plague of murders. But these weren't just any murders. The killers had a particular motive. They wanted to be executed. Known as suicide murders, these crimes reached alarming rates. The state authorities, noticing the increase in this phenomenon, added prolonged torture that could last 9 weeks before the execution. But to their surprise, this only made matters worse, increasing even more the number of perpetrators willing to be tortured. Krogh suggests that to understand these crimes, we need to look beyond the state apparatus and consider the religious beliefs and rituals surrounding executions. Krogh challenges earlier explanations that focused on social causes like poverty. Instead, he argues that the root cause was religious, specifically Lutheran theology. But how can a religious dogma have such an effect on crime? The Lutheran view of executions played a crucial role. Unlike in Catholic or Reformed areas, Lutheran clergy could guarantee salvation to repentant criminals facing execution. This made suicide murder an attractive alternative to suicide for some desperate individuals in the 18th century. Unfortunately, this phenomenon isn't limited to 18th century Scandinavia. In the United States, there have been documented cases of individuals committing murder with the intention of receiving the death penalty as a form of state-assisted suicide, or even with the intention of being put down by the police. In modern days, some religious denominations believe that repenting even seconds before the ultimate demise can save a person from eternal damnation, a belief system that is not uncommon in the US. Now let's briefly go through some modern case studies. In Utah, Gary Gilmore appeared driven to commit murder in a state with the death penalty. After his conviction, he fought for his right to be executed. In Oklahoma, James French killed his cellmate to get the death penalty after receiving a life sentence for a previous murder. More recently, in Illinois, Lloyd Wayne Hampton stated in an interview days before his execution that he had murdered specifically to get the death penalty. In Nevada, Michael Sunner killed a highway patrol trooper, explicitly stating, "I shot him for the death penalty." Needless to say, this is an incredibly difficult subject to study because more often than not, these perpetrators are killed by the police on the spot in a phenomenon known as suicide by cop, leaving no room for interviews or further studies. These modern cases suggest that in some cultures the existence of the death penalty may actually incentivize murder rather than deter it. Krogh's research and these modern parallels shed new light on criminal history and challenge our understanding of public executions. They remind us of how deeply religious beliefs and societal structures can shape behavior, sometimes with unexpected and tragic consequences. Thanks for watching. Until next time!